What makes you uncomfortable? What makes you nervous? What allows you to avoid treatment because you just don't feel that you have the proper skills? My vision is to give you those skills and to help you attain them at your own time, on demand. In my course, you're going to learn the foundational principles of endodontics, plus a lot of advanced clinical techniques. I'm going to give you the opportunity to really understand how to do endodontics and also how to troubleshoot and critically think your way through cases. I'm Dr. Brett Gilbert. Check out my course on Dent Academy. You can register right now and have a chance to view the first module for free.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is a little bit different. We are gonna do a breakdown of a recent commercial that I did. And the brief that was given to me was to create a masterclass style video. If you don't know what that is, you can check it out on YouTube. Just search for masterclass video ad trailer. It's one of the nicest ads you could probably come across. It's very intriguing and eye-catching. Today we're gonna break down exactly how I did it, and hopefully you can recreate the same yourself. But before diving in, we wanna check in and break down the elements of what makes this video, or this kind of video, very special. We're gonna break it down to 3 elements. The first being the actual script of it. The second is lighting and all that aspect. And then the third is sound design. And I think it has a very unique sound design. That's what really makes it special and stand out. So starting off with the script, it is very intriguing. It really catches your attention and draws you in within the first few seconds of the video. And I think that's one of the primary elements which make this type of video very special. The second, which comes down to the lighting. Most of them that I've seen have a very dramatic style lighting where kind of the background is very dim and the subject is more lit up, and this really creates some kind of depth and gives it a dramatic feel. This is not the same for all types of videos. It really depends on the topic. But the general consensus is that's the kind of look or style they go for most of them. It really brings in drama and makes it very attention grabbing. The third, and I think in my opinion it's very special, is the sound design. They tend to merge in about 2 to 3 different kinds of music, sometimes only 2, sometimes 1. But what makes it very unique is the integration of sound effects that they use within the song. Which really merges in very, very seamlessly without you noticing, and it almost seems like it's part of the song itself. We're gonna do a breakdown of that in the editing, and hopefully you guys take something from it. One thing to keep in mind is I did not film this myself, so it was given to me and I had to kind of see what I can come up with in post. If you can film it yourself, it'll be much better. You have more control over the script, over the lighting. Again, like I said, I did not have that flexibility. I tried to manage to do what I can with what was given to me. So if you can do that as well, then I think you can nail it right away. So let's dive right in. So we're here in DaVinci Resolve. I edited this in DaVinci actually, but you can do the same exact thing on Premiere, Final Cut, whatever editing suite you prefer to use. Let's take a look at the clip right here. Before we dive into editing, the first thing I actually did was color grade this, color correct it first actually, and minor color grade because I had a hard time editing with this yellow cast. I went into DaVinci to color grade. I added a basic color correction just to bring back the life to the image. It was very clearly yellow. Brought it back. And the second thing I did was just remove some of the color boost to get my whites back to where they want to be. I want them pure white, but that also got rid of the skin tones. So I created a power window around my subject and I brought back some of those skin tones by again color boosting it. And another power window, but on the outside, I created a vignette around him just to create a more dramatic look like I talked about earlier. I wanted to bring it and create it more dramatic, but I was kind of limited in terms of flexibility because I didn't shoot it as I said, but it's a pretty good job. I tried pushing it as well more in terms of bringing down the exposure, but it didn't make sense because the source of light is coming from this side. If I darken this too much, it's kind of gonna seem counterintuitive. The light source this side, and this side's also darker than this side. So I did what I could with it, and I think it turned out pretty nice. So that's a before and after. It's a huge difference. tried to emphasize and really make him stand out and pop from the background. Turned out pretty good. So after we're done that, the one thing that really stands out I spoke about is the first few seconds of the video, which really draw you in, and that goes down to the script of what they're saying.
What makes you uncomfortable? What makes you nervous? What allows you to avoid treatment because you just don't feel that you have the proper skills?
So lucky for me, I managed to pull out a segment that really created some sort of interest. I actually pulled it out of a context and made it into the beginning. So I cut it down into 3 segments and I zoomed into each segment to kind of draw you in. Every zoom, you can get closer, and it draws you in really, really nicely. So that's the first aspect, and then followed by a title. This is the same kind of title you see on the Masterclass, maybe not the animation, but the general style is about the same. Title, it kind of goes with the music very nicely and it ends into a nice cut at the end. So I think where this whole style really shines is mostly at the beginning. It really grabs your attention. So we're gonna move over to sound design, and I've actually blended in 2 different songs over here. The first is more dramatic to create that intense drama at the beginning, draws you in, and then the second one is more kind of a percussion stomp, upbeat style, but blending it was a little bit difficult. I tried a few different things, but we'll get to that in just a second. So I've actually added a sound effect at the beginning. I'm not sure if it's very noticeable, but this is what it sounds like by itself. I'll play that again. So it kind of like just accentuates the beginning and really snaps. Altogether, you can't really hear it. It blends in very nicely. And that's the beauty of proper sound design, is it should blend in nicely and not really stand out.
What makes you uncomfortable?
Now to blend in the music, like I mentioned, it was a bit tough. So what I did is for the first song, I've added a simple crossfade, nothing too special. Added the second song on the lower layer over here with a little crossfade as well. But where I tried to really sell in the kind of a blend is through the sound effects that I added. I've added 2 different kind of sound effects. This is the first one, and this is the second sound effect. So both of the sound effects together sound like this. And if we play it all together, it really blends in the song nicely.
What makes you uncomfortable? What makes you nervous? What allows you to avoid treatment because you just don't feel that you have the proper skills?
So that part, it's really good to add sound effects like I mentioned, and they should blend in nicely. That's what I've noticed with most of the Masterclass videos. Their sound design is amazing. They put in sound effects and you kind of think they're almost part of the song itself. It's hard to tell because they do really well. So that's pretty much it. And then you go back to the titles. So as soon as the title comes up, you just want to bring the music obviously back up. And I created some kind of, comes up in your face when, with the beat. These kind of small touches really create a big impact, in my opinion, psychologically on the viewer. But all elements combined really bring in that Masterclass style of video.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you learned something. We've got another one coming up hopefully next week or the week after. It's a breakdown of another commercial that I did for SanDisk. That one's really interesting, especially the color grade and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check it out, you can subscribe down below and you can catch it next time. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys next time.